If I asked you right now, what's your LTV to CAC ratio? Could you answer me in the next 30 seconds? Most marketing leaders can't, and that's a problem. Here's why. Your CRM is messy, your agency doesn't have access to your revenue data, and your team is stuck stitching together spreadsheets from 5 different tools to calculate one number. Meanwhile, your CFO is asking, how much revenue will we make from this $500K we just spent? And that leaves you with an inaccurate number or a guess at best. But that ends today. Let me show you how our Senior Vice President, Jesse Seilhan, uses Stratos to answer this question in under 5 minutes, using real data and custom configuration to how you define success. Jesse, take it away.
Thank you, Isaiah. I am so excited to walk people through our LTV to CAC ratio portion of Stratos. LTV CAC is one of the most fundamental pieces of our customer generation methodology. It's been a part of Directive for as long as I can remember. And frankly, it's a lot of work. It's been something that we love to do as often as we can, about once a quarter, but sometimes the environment makes it pretty tough. So one of the first things we wanted to solve when we built Stratos is how do we make this a living, breathing thing that we can interact with, you can interact with, and we can really use to inform and fuel our strategy. So let me run you through what LTV to CAC does in our platform, how you operate it, and some of the cooler features of it. So first and foremost, with any data set you see in Stratos or really anywhere, you want to pick your time frame here at the top. I'm set at last 90 days. And you may see something out of the gate too that catches your eye, and that's Ask Stratos. This is something that's going to be ubiquitous across the platform. No matter what element of Stratos that you're in, Stratos will have some sort of element to let you know, hey, this is what's happening in the data that you're looking at. And if that's not going deep enough for you, you want to poke at it a little bit more, you can ask Stratos down here. There's some pre-baked questions for you to click into, but you can also just type any question that you want and get some detail on the data that you're looking at. Let's zoom back in. Let's look at our LTV CAC. So for those who are unaware, LTV CAC is your lifetime value and your customer acquisition cost. What you're trying to do is find a ratio that's really healthy that you can continue fueling with your ad budget. And the coolest thing about this is that instead of living in a spreadsheet and it's one time only and you forget what numbers you had which way or the other, when you set up your Stratos account with us, what you'll actually do is set those numbers. You'll set your average order value, your margin, your lifespan, and as those numbers change over time, maybe you're introducing a new product, maybe you're going up or down market, your retention rate has improved or not improved, you can come back and you can play with what that looks like for your LTV to CAC ratio. So on the left-hand side, we see our LTV. On the right-hand side, we see our CAC. We see the ratio trend, how it's been flowing over those past 90 days. Those are the components that I just called out that we built the LTV CAC ratio off of. And now we get to see the channels, and we get to see not only the acquisition cost by channel, but the LTV CAC by channel as well. So this could be a moment where you realize, hey, that change we made in Google, where we either pivoted from bottom of funnel, top of funnel, we tried new ad copy, we introduced a new campaign, a new region, new market, hey, that actually had a negative hit on our LTV CAC. Let's go look at that. Same thing for LinkedIn. Maybe we introduced a new TAM, maybe we tried something different, maybe thought leadership ads are finally starting to pay off. Whatever that looks like, you can start to have your initial indication about which way the wind is blowing in your campaign. And so many of the other tools you have in Stratos will go deeper than this, but super high level, this is a great place to start. And we're not going to show it off today. A future video will show you how you actually test scenarios with different elements of LTV CAC. What if your close rate increases? What if your costs increase, or rather the cost of your products increase? We can do a lot of cool things with LTV CAC. Like I mentioned, the setting LTV is key, but another really key one is the pipeline. Because ultimately what we want LTV CAC to feel like is truly your data, not a hypothesis, not just some benchmark data that we have, but truly your own. So part of the process here is setting up in the pipeline section here, what qualifies as a lead for you in your data, maybe your HubSpot, your Salesforce, whichever CRM you're in. We can go through and identify, well, who's actually a lead in this process? What counts as an opportunity? There may be multiple stages that qualify as an opportunity. And then obviously close won and close lost. So while you might live and breathe in your CRM right now, you may find the LTV CAC analysis here in Stratos much more fulfilling because you can actually do something with it. And as I mentioned, there are other videos that break down how to do test scenario in the forecast area, how to go through each individual campaign and ad group and see what's actually impacting these numbers. But yeah, high level LTV CAC, very critical to the work that we do. And I'm so excited to be able to just give you a brief run through of how it works. Back to you, Isaiah.
So in under 10 minutes, Jesse just showed you which channels are driving profitable customers, which ones are burning cash, and exactly how long it'll take you to pay back your acquisition costs. That's not a stale weekly report, those are insights to drive strategy. If you want to see Stratos analyze your LTV CAC the same way, custom configured to your CRM, your revenue model, your business, click the link below and let's talk.